This is Roger with Wheel Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck. It is a 2003 Ford F350 crew cab short bed. It's a 7.3 liter turbo diesel four-wheel drive. It's an XLT, which is cloth. This truck has 126,900 miles. This was a dealer trade-in to a new car dealer in Phoenix. They can't keep anything for their used car inventory that has over 100,000 miles or is over 10 years old because they can't get financing for their used car buyers. That is how we come upon these, and that's that. Anyway, this is about the rarest of the rare. This is a 7.3, an 03 7.3. The first half of 03, Ford still put the famous 7.3 motors in, and this is a low mile 7.3 as far as they go. Anyway, let me tell you about it. We got it to Tucson. We do about a 2-hour inspection on the vehicle once we get them here. That's driving, measurements, whatever we fix, we tell you. Whatever it needs to be fixed that we didn't fix, we tell you. Anything we know, you know. Okay? All right. So this is what our inspections look like right here. And then I got my little cheat sheets that I write over here on the side because I can't read computer writing apparently. Anyway, let's see. This thing got a Rotella oil and filter, Rotella oil change and filter. It got a new fuel sender. The fuel sender was making some funky noise. Got 2 new batteries. Both steering shocks were replaced. Let's see. The coolant reservoir had a crack in it. The hood shocks were not keeping the hood up, so it got new hood shocks. Got a new air filter. The AC orifice tube. The AC wasn't working right, so it needed a new orifice tube. Those are the new steering shocks. Let's see. Fuel filter. The passenger front window motor regulator wasn't working, so it's got a new one of those. Got a new antenna. And both driver's side outside door handles were broken for some reason. That usually means that somebody tried to break into it at some point and screwed them up. Let's see. What else did we find in our inspection? It's not required to have a catalytic converter, so it doesn't have one. In an 03. Doesn't need one. Doesn't have a muffler, which isn't required in most states, but you might want to make sure that you don't need one there. I mean, obviously they're not expensive to put on anyway. It's got a DVD player in the headliner that is inoperative. Now, we're not sure. We didn't really try real hard to fix it. That's sort of something that, you know, is extra. But we left it in the headliner, even though it's not working. It could be as little as unplugged, or it could just be broken. A couple little touch-up spots here I saw. Door ding here. It looks to us like this car has been painted at one point. This truck has been painted at one point. A couple little dings here. You just see a little bit of evidence of paint work. Anyway, I mean, obviously it's a 12-year-old truck. It's got 126,000 miles on it. It has some history to it. So, you know, obviously we don't know what's happened to it in its past. All we know is what we know from our inspections. But it's a truck, so it's going to have dings and a little ding there. It's going to have that stuff. So if you're looking for something that's brand new, cosmetically, you got to go buy a brand new truck. Because trucks get used as trucks. And then when they get dinged up enough, somebody paints them. Mechanically, this thing is unbelievable. It's a beautiful truck. I mean, actually, it's a pretty good looking truck. It's not a bad paint job, but you could just see a little bit of evidence of paint work. Obviously, it could use a set of tires at some point here. But what you can't replace is the fact that it is pretty much the promised land of promised land vehicles. This is a white Rhino we're dealing with here. It is a 7.3 2003 7.3, 128,818 miles on it. So, as far as exotic trucks go, this is about it. This is about as exotic as it gets, as far as being rare. 2 new batteries. There's the Ford stamp where it belongs. There's the Ford stamp where it belongs right there. Stickers where they belong. New coolant bottle. Oh, it also got a new serpentine belt. Forgot to say that. My guys told me that on the way out to do this video. It wasn't on the printout. Ford stamp there. Ford stamp there. I do notice it's an Arizona truck, so you're going to have this on the roof. That's fading on the roof. That's from 110 degree heat in Phoenix, melting the clear coat, which shouldn't matter too much to you unless you're 7 feet tall. And let's start over here. Passenger front window. Like I said, this is a new window regulator in this. There we go. Got a manual seats, cloth seats. These are in great shape. So it's missing a little piece of trim that covers that. Anyway, there's the DVD player that we couldn't figure out in about 10 minutes of effort. Like I said, it could be unplugged somewhere up in the headliner. We don't know. Just assume it's broken, so there's no misunderstanding. We don't want to go there. We're not going to tear down the headliner to figure that thing out. The rear seat looks great. Cup holder. The carpet was perfect. This thing is going to be very, very, very popular online. Most of our vehicles get 400 or 500 hits a day. This is going to be 2,000 or 3,000 a day because it's a 7.3. So please make sure you get your offer in and you get your deposit in. Once we get your deposit, we'll put your name in a banner over the truck at wheelkinetics.com and you'll know it's yours. Until then, it's for sale, especially this one. There's not going to be any holding vehicle here on someone's word. This thing is going to get crushed with hits. So that's out, that's in, up, down, other side, out, in, up, down. So anyway, please just get that in, okay? We don't want a little bit of a tear right there. So we don't want somebody thinking they bought it and then not having it because they didn't get their deposit in, which usually doesn't happen because we have so many trucks, but we don't have so many of these. This one's not going to be around long, and I predict a knife fight for this one. All right, there's your air. Let's turn on the air, even though it's 35 degrees outside. Yeah, it's definitely cold. And let's try the heater too while we're here, since it's that time of year. We'll let that run for a second. Any DJ. All right, radio works, CD player. Like I said, the DVD player is in off. No guarantees on that. If it works or not, I don't. On the foot pedals, this switch here, the brake pedal does not work. The adjustable brake pedal. That probably, we already looked at it. It probably needs a motor. I've never understood these stupid things anyway, unless you're like 3 feet tall. Who cares? Off, on. That's overdrive. All right, let me straighten this guy out a little bit and get it into the shade here a bit, so you can see the dash a little bit better. This is going to be an interesting one. All right. Let's see. There you go. All right, put it in neutral. We're going to 4 low. There we're in 4 low. Put it in drive. That's definitely 4 low. Then put it into reverse. 4 low. All right, so we got that going. Let's go to 4 high. Now we're in 4 high. Drive. Yes, no longer in granny gear, but it's definitely 4-wheel high and in reverse in 4-wheel high. Perfect. Okay, and neutral. Go back to 2-wheel drive. Now we're 2-wheel drive, and the heater is definitely working. It's feeling pretty good in here. All right, let's turn it off. It's getting a little too warm. All right, let's go for a ride. This truck's on a clear title. Like I said, it's a dealer trade-in. They can't do anything. It wouldn't matter if this thing was a Lamborghini. If it had 100,001 mile on it, they couldn't sell it. So they sell all their trades. Look at the holes in our road right now. Anyway, proof that 8.1% taxes don't make your roads better. All right, if you come to Tucson, you're going to pay tax and dock fees. Dock fee is $250. Taxes are 2% city sales tax here in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax rate is. If your state tax rate is 3%, you come to Tucson, you're going to pay 5% tax. That's year 3 plus our city 2, and a $250 dock fee. If you pay by wire and ship, all you're going to pay is the agreed upon price, and that's it. Nice truck. Because it's lifted, it's got a little bit of floaty to it, which is very normal in a Ford truck, especially. The only way to actually make that go away is to take the lifts off and to get a new steering box in it. Steering boxes are pretty cheap because they go through so many on these things. They're, I don't know, somewhere between 150 and 300 depending on what truck it is. I think on this one it's about 150. But it doesn't really need it, especially if you're going to keep the lift on it. I wouldn't do that. I would say on a floaty scale, with 10 being it's all over the road and a 1 being it's, you know, brand new steering, I would say it's probably about a 5 or a 6, right in the middle, pretty average for a lifted truck. Let's see, I already told you about deposits, how that works. I guess I'm going to give you the ending speech, which I give for every vehicle that we sell. The ending speech goes as follows. The Ford guys who built this truck, the engineers, the designers, gave it X amount of miles and X amount of years for a warranty, and it's well past both of those numbers, okay? Basically, they didn't know what was going to happen to it after that much time, and we don't either. We don't know more than they know. They built it. So, there is risk in buying anything that's used, whether it's a toaster or a lazy boy or a vacuum cleaner or a 7.3 liter 03 diesel truck with 126,000 miles on it, right? Okay, so please live in the real world here, okay? If it gets to you and the air conditioning breaks next week, get it fixed. If it gets to you and the windshield wipers stop working, get them fixed. That's the real world. If you want to buy something with no risk, you got to buy it with warranty. Go buy a brand new one. This version, of course, they don't make a 7.3 anymore, so you can't buy this one. But the equivalent of it brand new is about $55,000. That's what I would suggest doing. Okay, so please, 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 please be realistic. I say this about every vehicle in our inventory. Please watch any video you want. You'll see me say the same thing about everything we own. Okay. Just know what you're buying. Be realistic. Watch the video. My brother will take 50 to 70 HD pictures. You'll be able to use the magnifying glass on them. You'll be able to zoom in on the paint right up close. There are no secrets here. We tell you everything that we possibly could tell you that we know about this truck. Okay? Anyway, that's it. Everyone have a Merry Christmas.